For this image, we have the long shot. I am positioned on the left vertical line of the rule of thirds. As you can see, this shot includes a full background, also known as negative space, which is occupied with the pillars and the door and the branches that fall on the horizontal rule of third line, or the top horizontal rule of third line. There's also plenty of head space, and you have lead space too. So overall, everything in this image works together to achieve the long shot. So if you follow these rules, you can have a successful long shot too. This is the wide shot. For this shot, both individuals are positioned on the vertical lines of the rule of thirds. You want to make sure you get your individuals in full body and that there's enough headspace. In this case, you even have some dimension since I'm positioned closer to the camera. This is a medium wide shot. In order to achieve this shot, you want the individual to be standing on the rule of third line and have the image cut off right below the knees. This is very important because this is what makes the medium wide shot. There is also the American medium shot, which cuts off a little below the waist. One thing to note when filming this shot is not to cut at any joints. Other than that, this is a medium wide shot. And as you can see, there's also enough headspace, and as for the background, also known as negative space, you have a nice plant that adds dimension to the picture. This is a medium shot. You want to place your individuals so you have their upper body, torso in the shot and not their lower portion of the body, and you want to give them enough lead space and also head space, and you want them to be positioned on the rule of thirds. And for this picture, or for this shot in the background, you have your leading lines and you have a nice triangle shape formed by the rail. This is your close-up shot, and as always, you want to position your individual on the rule of thirds lines. And what makes this the close-up shot is that you have just the shoulders and above of your individual in the shot, and you also want to give them lead space. And in this case, she's facing kind of quarterly, so it gives it a nice image. And headspace doesn't matter as much in this shot because it is kind of a closer shot. So in general, this is what makes the close-up shot. This is the extreme close-up shot, and for this shot, you want most of your individual's face to be in the shot. As you can see, her face takes up most of the shot, and you can either crop the chin off and part of the top head part off, and you want your eyes to be positioned on the rule of third line and just a little bit of lead space, and you have your extreme close-up shot. For the eye level shot, you want camera angle directly at the person's face on the same level as the individual's eyes. This type of shot is perfect if you want it to seem like you're having direct contact or direct conversation with the individual. Also, don't forget the rule of thirds, your head space, your lead space, your nose space, all of that good stuff. For the low angle shot, I included two examples just because I couldn't choose between both. They both capture the rule of low angle, and the whole purpose of low angle is to position the camera angled upward so it makes the individual look overpowering and appear larger. And you want to get it so that it's under the eye line, so again, it's just facing upward. For this second example, it also follows the low angle because it's facing upward, and in this case it also makes the background appear larger and just more dimensional, so I thought that was pretty cool. For the low angle, you want to position your camera looking downward, and this gives the illusion of your subject appearing smaller, and that's the whole point of it. It's kind of like an intimidation shot. So in this case, I'm sitting on the ground and the camera's looking down at me, so I do appear smaller, and that is the whole purpose of the high angle. For this shot, which is the bird's eye angle, you really do want to have that illusion of just like a bird's eye view. So this is from a really high point of view, and your individual looks just really small. And as you can see in this picture, I just look really far away and super small, and it makes it seem as if you as a viewer is just really high up. For the diagonal shot, the key to producing a really good diagonal shot is just to tilt your camera at a certain angle so it's not horizontal and it looks a little crooked, but it really gives a cool illusion. And also don't forget your rule of thirds rule also applies in any shot that you take, and your head space and also negative space. So that concludes my video on composition and framing.